Hello everyone, welcome back to Russia. In the Napoleonic era, it is Napoleon Total War, the Russian campaign, and the march towards the Ottomans continues. And I apologise for my voice, I am still a little bit stuffed up as a result of the germs that are currently infecting me, so I do hope it doesn't take away from your enjoyment too much, as the snotty Chad is probably not as entertaining as the non-snotty Chad. But never mind. Anyway, so you can see here, over here is we've got a pretty good stacker army. We're filling that army up some more, but basically to protect us from the likes of the Prussians. And we got a few guys over there as well, just to sort of keep an eye on the things. But right now, we are pressuring and moving towards the likes of the Ottoman Empire. Now, you can see we're at war with the Ottoman Empire. And the Kingdom of Spain, which one of my viewers was kind enough to remind me that the reason the Kingdom of Spain is hostile to us is because Napoleon's brother is the King of Spain. And so obviously we're also at war with the French. Now, we also have an area right smack bang in the centre. This little spot here in Bavaria. So you can see this little sort of standoff position here. Not too bad, full stacker army. And we can even go and say hello to the Swiss with it. Which is why we got a spy in there. And you can see they got a good cross-section of forces there. And some militia. So that's going to be a hard battle, so we probably should try and get another army up there if we possibly can. But you never know, the Austrians may be able to assist us in that regard. Obviously, we've got Württemberg there, who we're at peace with. So whether or not the Württembergers can help us out there, I don't know. It's difficult to say. But to be honest, I'm going to focus my attention firstly on the Ottoman Empire, because that needs to be our priority. Now, you can see here, as he pauses to cough, these guys replenishing their numbers. Now, that's a small number of Ottomans, but what I'm going to do is I want to finish them off. So we're going to send our guy there to deal with this gentleman here, because we want to essentially wipe that army out. Now, there's 1168, so we are going to get into the episode with a battle very quickly. Essentially, the idea is to try and wipe out this army as quickly as we possibly can, so we don't have any kind of Ottoman armies sticking around that area. We got a little bit of freedom to move down towards Greece and Constantinople and those general areas, Istanbul as it's known now, down to those sort of areas, and sort of at least be able to deal with any kind of problems that occur, and also we'll get some additional armies up there as well. So let's see now. So this is interesting here. See, that could be a good position to put the cannon here. So if we put the cannon up here like that, the fine members of our artillery section. So we might actually, yeah, let's unlimber them. So we'll get them all sort of as close to that area as we can. Combination of horsey artillery and foot artillery. But I think what I might do is I might change that for just horse artillery so that they've got more manoeuvrability. That would be a nice thing to have. Now over here, let's just make that bigger. Over here on the far left-hand flank, we will have, of course, our cavalry. And over on the other flank, we will have our other cavalry. So, we've got our lights, which will go into light mode. And what we will do is we'll stretch them out as far as they'll go like that. And then we'll follow them up with, I would say... See, that's a little bit low on the regiment numbers there, isn't it? Let's see. Is that better, I wonder? Yeah, that looks better. So that will be our second detachment, even though I've got to stretch them just that little bit further. From about here, I would say, to about there. And then highlight them both, make them number 2. These guys can be number 1, of course, as the artillery. And the remaining forces, so we've got these guys, so we'll put them there. We've got the general at the back, and we'll put these guys up here. And yeah, so that doesn't look too bad. What are this lot? So we've got some extra clippity clops, which we will keep by the commanding officer, and we'll have these guys here which will move up on the left flank. I mean, it's going to be a turkey shoot anyway, but what the hell, let's do it properly. And they do have some artillery, so let's get those guys shot at. And at the same time, we'll move the cavalry up, and we'll move the other cavalry up on the other flank, up as well. Which is good. And these are 9-pounders, so they'll have a little bit more range than we do. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Look at that brass attachments to sort of hold the cannon together. They don't have the casting ability that the other people do. I guess it could be part of it. Let's move these guys up as well, and we'll get these guys up, I think, over to this little sort of, yeah, see. See if these guys can do any kind of fire, but they're just out of range, you see. That's the only drawback. It's slightly annoying, but hey ho, such is life. I mean, we could actually, if we unlimber them and then move them up to this hill, that will move them into their range, or into our range, I should say. And there we go. Put them to there, I guess. That'll be a good position to have our boys. Are they all moving? Yeah, they're all moving. You guys need to move faster, because these guys are suffering some casualties. I do not like that at all. Here's the boys. Looking brave and stout-hearted as always. Fine moustaches. We approve of such moustaches. So, let's get over to here. Are they in position yet? Let's move them just up a bit more. Not sure where they go. Oh, they go to there. Okay. And they're the foot ones. See? Able to move them out there. They're not as fast. Where's these guys are. Let's get them unlimbered now. While the foot move into position. Ouch. Let's get these guys involved. We'll move these guys up a little bit as well, I think. There we go. That's what we're after. We can unlimber them as well now. Get ready, fellas. Come on, boys. Nah, that's more like it. Get them to focus their attention on those guys. We get these guys up close. It's going to be a little bit dangerous for them. But now our cannon can engage. We're in a better position. So here comes the Russian Zerg.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I hope so. Let's move them into position quickly. Come on, boys. Oh, look at that. A lot of firepower into these lads. The Jaeger's probably going to break. No, they've recovered their... There we go, the boys start firing back now. Infinitely more accurate. For that reason, look at that. Fantastic. And we've got these guys moving up to secure the flanks. Oh, enemy general killed. Yahudi is no more. Let's put these guys here. Come on, run. Can they get fire off before these guys engage? Oh, yes they can. Well done, boys. Well done indeed. Oh, commanding officer Horsey is down. They're suffering pretty bad right now. So let's see, get the guys up here. Get them engaged a bit further. Get those guys running in. move these guys up as well, just to add a little bit of verisimilitude to the battle. What's going on here? Please black those guys. Huge amounts of casualties for the general. And these guys to move up and get even closer. Finish off the remainder. Yeah, they'll run in. And these guys can hold fire. We do still have those guys, and oh heavens. Let's square those guys. Because of those horses that are going to be sniffing around the area. There we go. Those guys can unlimber now, because otherwise they'll keep firing. Let's move these guys up a little bit, I think, so they can engage further. Let them engage that line because they're insane. They'll get taken apart. Oh, a few of my boys have been catapulted into the centre, but they're going to now break. Yep, that's exactly what we wanted. Let's get these guys over to deal with the remaining numbers. Take them off. Take these guys now out of square, and then we'll run these guys over to here like that. Aye, what's going on here? Get those guys rotated over in that direction. Credit where credit's due, they do fight hard, the Ottomans. Just stab them. Good, they're broken. Let's go and snap these guys in half. Oh, those guys, not good. Let's get them back, because they're going to be double teamed there. Get these guys to here. Screw it, just stab them all. Oh, they're running for it. That's good news. And there we go. A nice battle. Quite simple. Let's have a look. We only lost 758. I mean, I would have liked to have lose less, but he lost pretty much everyone for that reason. So we'll put him back to there. And that was the enemy the army had withdrawn, so that's fine. Now, I think our point of action should be Istanbul, because it will bring a fort with it, and also a fort and a port. So that's something to bear in mind. So let's see, what can we do army-wise? We could really bring this level, or this army up some more, and then what we'll do is we'll use this army and that army to attack Istanbul. That will be a helpful thing. Now you can see here that there's 2 lines out of Istanbul. Now what I might do is put our boy here, because then he's stopping any reinforcements coming through from Istanbul. So he's going to move down to there. And or actually no. Let's send him to there so he can trash their ability to do research. That would be nice. What do we have the option to change that to? A gunsmith or a factory? Okay. Alright, so you can see that army encampment is being repaired, and that clearances will be repaired at some point. So there we have that. This gentleman here. See, we've already got a spy there. Because based on what the Prussians did in the last campaign, I think it's fair to say that I don't trust them. Now, whether or not we can use the threat of the French Empire and the Spanish to focus their attention, it could mean that we have to abandon Bavaria, but that could be a good thing. What we're going to do is we're going to abandon Bavaria and use this army to help us with the Ottomans. So let's bring him to about there. Now, what? I'll just go round him. So, we're going to bring him down to sort of down to Bucharest and use him to assist. Now, obviously that means that if we lose that, it's not the end of the world, because it's in the centre of Europe and it's surrounded by the Prussians and the Austrians. But it would be nice to have that army back, and we can then finish up the Ottomans and then maybe move on to the Italians. So we'll have to see. Because then obviously, as his microphone decides to disappear, then we've got, if we get Milan here, then we've got a very good position to charge into the centre of Switzerland. So that could be an interesting thing. Sorry, let me see if I can move the thing. Nope, it's going to stay there. Okay. So the microphone's failing to communicate and cooperate, I should say. Right, let's have a look. So at this current moment, we are researching classical economics, which will enable us to build merchant houses, increase wealth, and obviously decrease the happiness generally of everybody. Now, let's have a look. Policies. Let's see. Moderately reduces growth. Now, if we were to go plonk, plonk, see that's still, see, it's still, screw it, let's leave it there, relatively okay. Alright, so, we've done everything we can there. That army is building up for, of course, there's Kamensky. What we think may be an incursion by the Prussians, even though they're our allies. But, let's have a look. Sicily, yeah. We're against French, Italy, backed Union Republic, Ottomans, Swiss Confederation, and Spain. Right, so, is there anybody else that we can... They can't trade. Okay, so we're trading with everybody that we can trade with. Oh, actually, no, we're not. Request trade agreement. Oh, okay, screw you then. Okay, so the Portuguese don't want our stuff, which is fine. Be like that. On the other hand, let's see, because... There's Vilnius in Lithuania. Now, there's that one being replaced, or repaired, I should say. Let's end the turn. Ooh. The French are in Switzerland. That could be interesting. The Austrians are moving more forces into Bavaria. Which no doubt will be helpful. Interesting, there's a lot of Prussian movement on that border and on that coast. Here come the otters. What are they up to? Workers on strike in Bavaria. So what we'll do is we'll go to Bavaria and we will say exempt from income tax. It will affect our monetary for a little while. Oh, a general is available. How lovely. There's a general there. So that's helpful to know. And yeah, we've built some more bits and bobs, which is good. So let's have a look. Army. Now, brave soldier, aggressive attacker, melancholy soul. We got 3 grand, haven't we? Riding master, good defender. Okay, we'll hold off for the moment. Okay. So, looking down here, I'm seeing an Ottoman army, but a very small one. Yeah, the only drawback is that if we keep him there... See, then now he'll recover his numbers, which is what we want. We don't really want anything else other than that. Let's repair that. Now, we have the ability to build some more stuff. Magistrate and a barracks. Now, a barracks could be helpful because you can see here it will enable us to build musketeers, uhlans, Jaegers and hussars quite close to that area, so I think we're going to go for that one. And let's see our other armies. So our friend coming in, way the balls over from Austria. This gentleman here will be making his way over. Toot sweet. So that's what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns until he approaches or till he arrives. So that's fine. I'm quite happy with that, because then at least that gives us plenty of time to replenish the numbers in this army before we go after the likes of Istanbul. Now, let's see. Alsace-Lorraine. Interesting. Now obviously they're still in there. Court of Justice. Opera House +2 happiness. That probably would help, but we can't do much about it at the moment. Right. Let's go looking around at places where we can build, because we want to see some places here. Not many places we can build, to be honest. I don't know, we've got the ability to build a clearance. So that'll be a bit of something. Another one there, but we don't have the money for that one. We'll have to wait. And we'll slowly build up the economy and build up the money over the course of time. Which is fine. And then that 8,000. Yikes. Yeah, that could be interesting. So, there is Belgrade in the Balkans. Now, let's see. Here is our fellow who's basically rebuilding his forces. And this one here is in the process of being repaired. That one is a factory, which will give us more wealth and -2 happiness from -2 cost for artillery in the region that enables them to research various bits and bobs. Now, how are we doing with the research? So we're still researching the classical economics, which is fine. Now, division of labour, +3 wealth generated by all buildings, that will help. So I think we might actually do that next. So national debt has been researched. That might be a good one. What's that building of? Court of Justice. See, I'm a bit torn now because that is good That's 3, and then that's 4. So I think it's going to be that one first, and then it's going to be the national census to reduce administration costs and to increase the global tax rate. So I think that might be a way forward in that regard. So let's end the turn. French Navy are up to something again. It's poking around, yep. Over towards Alsace-Lorraine. That's going to be the point to push forward, I guess. It's a shame you can't sort of abandon certain places and let the Austrians take it over. But, you know. What the hell, we've got a small army there, so at least we have some visibility of what's going on in that area. And now they're all walking back. For God's sake. Right, okay, so diplomacy. The Russian Empire, Prussia has demanded that we join their war against the Duchy of Oldenburg, and they will pay us 1,000. Yeah, okay. It's money, we probably won't do anything, but, you know. They are our allies, and we want to keep the Prussians sweet. Oh, look at that, that's very nice. Okay, right, all you want. Let's have a look. There's nothing really I want to do there, to be honest. Let's upgrade the roads. And let's put some forces in there just temporarily. Should hopefully improve the situation. And oh my goodness, the gunsmith is almost demolished. Probably these dicks over here are doing damage to it, but never mind. So yeah, the workers have rioted, and we've got stables and a logging camp. Oh good, we've got a college as well, fantastic. So there's that one. Let's have a look. Was that another? Glasgow University, nice. Very helpful. Need to do that later. We may not have the money we need for the clearances. No, damn it, just short. Oh well, never mind. Now, what we also might do is use this little army here just to ambush them. And we will auto-resolve that one because there's only a couple of them. Love how we lose 400 men. And then we should put these guys back here. So they'll carry on replenishing. But at least we've dealt a killer blow to that army, while our other army makes its way across Europe to assist us. The army of Kutuzov. And you can see there, it'll be there 1, 2, 3, 4 turns or so. So we'll put him about here, I think. And magistrate will increase the repression, tax rate, recruitment, research. That may be something worth considering next turn. And that obviously is in the process of being repaired, which is great. And then these stables have also been created as well, or made. Actually, now that I think of it, if we go back to here, recruitment, take 1 off there, that'll give us some more money, and then We had to look for another clearance. There we go. Oh, stud farm. Manufacturing, no, we'll leave off for the moment. Stables, we'll leave. Clearances, bosh. And there we have it. And I think that's going to be it for this week, boys and girls. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of Napoleon Total War, the Russian campaign. We are making slow but steady progress. We don't want to overreach ourselves. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.